Remote ID is officially here, and there are two ways you can comply. Either you have a drone that has remote ID built in, or you need to purchase and attach an external remote ID module to your aircraft. If you choose the latter option, there are many different modules to select from. One of the leading companies that makes these devices is Dronetag, and they recently came out with an updated version of their BS module called the BS Gen 2 module. It's priced at $99, weighs 1.5 grams or 0.105 ounces, and is great for almost any drone because of its size. It does require some work on the front end, as you do have to plug in a few wires and charge a small battery, so keep in mind that this is not something that you can simply purchase and immediately attach to your drone. That being said, it is pretty easy to set up, coming from someone who has no electronic experience and is small enough to work with a variety of drones that need remote ID. So if you have a Holystone, DJI, or Autel drone, or any other aircraft, this might be a good option for you. We'll be testing it in the field to demonstrate its usability, allowing you to determine if it's the right module for your needs. And full disclaimer, Dronetag did provide us with this device, but our review will remain unbiased. We received the Dronetag BS combo box, which includes one Dronetag BS Gen 2 module, one 3D printed enclosure with a battery slot, one LiPo battery, one USB-C battery charger, one external GNSS wire antenna, one external Bluetooth wire antenna, a shrink tube, a 3-pinned open wire cable, a 4-pinned open wire cable, and 2 screws. To set it up, first charge the LiPo battery by plugging it into the USB-C battery charger, and then plug that into a wall adapter. Charging should take a few hours. Next, slide the LiPo battery into the 3D printed enclosure and push it down toward the bottom. Then pull the cables through the little opening. Next, take the BS module and clip on the 2 wire antennas to the respective places. There is a Bluetooth antenna, which has a black cover on the bottom, and a GNSS antenna that has a gray cover on the bottom. The Bluetooth antenna goes on the left side where it says BT, and the GNSS antenna goes on the right side where it says G. You can also view it as the black antenna on the left and the gray antenna on the right. You should hear a little pop when pushing the antennas on. After that, carefully slide the BS module into the 3D printed enclosure with the antennas in the front. It's recommended to push the left antenna through the front hole and carefully push the right antenna into the hole on the right side so that both antennas form a 90-degree angle. This will help the device receive a better signal. Once that's done, the module should fit nicely above the LiPo battery. You can then take one of the screws and screw it into the bottom hole. Next, grab the end of the battery and plug it into the right side of the BS module. If it is charged and plugged in correctly, you should see a green and yellow light lit up. With everything plugged in and ready to go, you can see that it's just a little larger than a micro SD card, so pretty impressive on that end. And now we just have to attach it to the drone. To do this, you can use double-sided tape or Velcro. After getting out into the field, I quickly set up the module. This took about 2 minutes, and after putting it together again, I realized that once I charged the battery, I could just keep everything locked in place, besides of course unplugging the battery. And after launching the drone, I opened up the Dronetag app to get everything connected on that end. Once I opened the app, I turned on Bluetooth, and after a few moments, it connected to the module. I then put in my aircraft model with some additional information. From here, I tapped on my devices, and I was able to view that the device was still connected to Bluetooth and that the signal strength was good. And since the drone was in the air, the app recognized that there was an ongoing flight and prompted me to view it. I zoomed into my location, and this is where you could see the exact path that the drone was flying in, and it was updating in real time. It seemed to work well the entire flight and stayed connected throughout. All in all, I found the Dronetag app to be simple and easy to use and didn't run into any issues throughout the flight or during the setup time. So overall, I did enjoy using the Dronetag BS Gen 2 module. Besides having to put it together every time, again with someone with no prior electronic experience, it was pretty simple to learn how to put together, and once you got it down, it takes maybe a minute to do, and you do have to also charge the battery, but once you get everything in place, it is pretty simple. And then I just attached some double-sided tape to the drone and stuck it on there. I do believe that one of the biggest factors for people that would want to purchased this device is just because of its size. I mean, it can fit comfortably in the palm of my hand. It is extremely light, so I mean, it doesn't even really affect at least my drone. I have the Air 2S. I saw no performance issues with the drone. The battery was fine and it wasn't wobbling or anything. But again, I don't think this is going to affect most drones. So that was really nice to see. The antenna strength for me was really good. Again, I just placed these antennas at a 90-degree angle just so I could get the best signal. And usually once you set it up and you have a charge for a few hours, you don't always have to take out everything and then put it back together. You could technically just keep this in a bag and of course unplug the battery just so it's all ready to go, and you just have to attach it to your drone via Velcro, tape, etc. So my process using it, this was my first remote ID module that I've used just because my drone technically doesn't need remote ID. It already has it built in. It was a pretty simple process besides having to put it together. I will say that for drones that do need remote ID, it is a little unfortunate that you do have to spend, I mean, this is one of the cheaper models, around $80, $90 at least to comply with remote ID. So that is a little unfortunate. The good thing is some devices get up to $150, $200. So this is very cheap considering, but you also have to remember you do have to charge the battery, you do have to put it together. So if you don't want to do that every flight, then you might want to consider a pre-built model. So this is just one of Dronetag's mini remote ID modules. This one I believe is one of the smallest and lightest, so it does work with a variety of drones, which is great. If you are in the market for getting a remote ID module and you are okay with putting it together, again, once you get it down, it maybe takes about a minute, then this BS Gen 2 module might just be the perfect fit for you. If you're interested in purchasing this module, you can find a link to it below. And if you enjoyed this review, please leave a like and subscribe to the UAV Coach channel for more drone tips and reviews. Also, let us know in the comments if you've been looking into any other Dronetag remote ID modules. Until next time, blue skies and safe flying.